Let's roll here. Okay, no Dutch. Reverse Dutch? Let's try it. Also known as the bird is the word. Okay, bishop g4, I guess. Are we going to see that? Let's get down this diagonal before it's too late. Okay, now that I know I could get there, let's do some other stuff. Pin the knight. Let's pin the knight. You need to go, knight. I'm increasing my control over e5. Should sound like a broken record. Now what? Before e6, I think this is a good idea. Before my opponent plays e6. I'm actually having flashbacks of a queen getting to g3. Or this square. Or queen d6 and g3, just like queen d3 and g6 was played. So now I'm going to chop up the knight because what? I get something for that bishop exchange. A compromised structure. I think as a follow-up, c4, knight c3, knight a4 is a good idea. We're going to see about that though. Oh. What's happening here? How about I just go here and get castled. Castle before it's too late. I could still run with c4, d3. Maybe throw in a bishop move. Actually, I'd have... Well, no. No, I like this. Pawn push. Pawn takes cannot be played. Don't you do it. Because the rook is cooked. Cooked rook. You'd enter a cooked rook variation, which is not good. Now, d3, I begin to really control a lot of center squares, having a small pawn center with these flank pawns up here, these bishop pawns. And by the way, this right here, I don't know if I want to do that move. Actually, I'm liking this move first. So let me do that. I want to control e5. There's still no pawn takes because I have this. This right here, has anyone heard of what this structure refers to, or what the name of this structure is? In the Twitch chat, I'll maybe be glancing over to see if somebody got it. Now, this right here, what's happening with this? Could grab this pawn. That's a little bit crazy, so probably don't want to do that. I just had a thought of d3, knight here, and then bishop here with the fork, but knight takes queen with check. No, thank you. So instead, what about pawn push? Knight here, I take, queen takes, I take this pawn. That's a little scary. How about d3? No. How about rook right here? It's a little weird. Without a doubt, it's a little weird. But I'm going to do it. Anyhow, this structure right here of this group of pawns, I don't know if someone has already said it in the Twitch chat, but it's been referred to as a quart grip. And I think it's derived, well, how did that come about? I think it's because it's controlling a group of 4 center squares. Or not the 4 center squares. Or actually, yeah, the 4 center squares in this case. It'd be all 4 of these center squares are there's a grip on all 4 of those center squares. I think that's how its name came about. So there was no pawn takes. I pressure on the knight. So now I want to just finally get this knight out of my hair and then follow up with knight c3 to a4. So because I want to get connected. I'm not gonna run after the g pawn. No. I don't want to go after the g pawn because my king is going to come under some heavy fire. Now, I could consider pawn push with an ensuing fork. But this seems like a really simple and good move to run with. Knight c3 to a4, pressure on c5, rook c1, look to open up the c file and kill the king. However, knight c3s are going to be e5. Maybe I should do some calculation here. Pawn push. I'm going to do that, actually. Pawn push right now. What am I missing? Don't know that I'm missing anything. I have coordination here. I was seeing some danger maybe on this file opening up and then rook takes like some bishop move, but I have it guarded. Or do I? Is there pawn takes, bishop takes f4 or something? Better not be. Or I could take in this direction. Okay, well... Okay, I could kick this knight away. Shut down that bishop. What about just this right away? No, let's get out of there, knight. You need to go. I was fearful of like knight here, pawn takes, rook to this square or something, putting pressure on that. So now I finally get developed. And this is going to be a real sensitive point, but so is this. Pawn here is met with h5. Let's not say we did. Come over here. Bishop here. I might want to weasel my bishop over to f2 just to take into account this pesky knight. Pesky knight. So, pesky knight, you need to maybe go somewhere else. That queen is actually short on squares. Oh, I could get this guy. Let's come back here. I don't want to get him right away. This structure, if you're curious about this structure and you're wanting to maybe learn a little bit more than the stuff I've already shared at this point in this game, there is the one tournament I posted, the 5-Minute Fanatics, where I believe I elaborate a bit more. Now this is a dead game. I'm actually getting that pawn with check. The bishop is obstructing the queen's view. But anyhow, it's a I think that's how I titled it on YouTube, 5-Minute Fanatics. And actually as a follow-up I could grab here and the queens have to come off. And I'm ready to take the queen with check here. So queen has to go back there. And I'm just up a couple of pawns. And I'm not seeing any compensation. So I think it's beat here. Okay, the queens come off, and then I react to the threat on my knight. How should I react to that? Here seems good. It's in the center. It's within checking distance. It's facilitating c5, although I guess any knight move would be facilitating that. I'm going to play here because I don't like that black has thoughts of clamping down on my structure. And I think just a little bit of a king improvement is good, getting it to f3 in case there's some knight move. More king position. I'm ready to play g4 now. Actually, I was on last move. And I'm winning material. Although I don't know if I want to take it. Yeah, actually I do. Okay, they resigned. Good game. Let me back up here. Let's see about this. Backing up. I don't know about the decision to deploy that bishop there right now. I don't know. Because again, it's just like the exchange of bishops, but I saddle black with the structural structural damage I have there on the queen side. So I don't know. A few people play this, but I think it's a good move to be testing out, and that is a6. You could view it as doing two things. First and foremost, stops the pin, but secondly, maybe you want to expand with b5 later on. Could be something to look into. Then I'm not going to be able to have as much control over this square. Maybe only later, after first preventing my bishop to b5 move, maybe then you could be playing bishop g4. So anyhow, that's my suggestion, because I think with this resulting pawn structure, I stand better. Once I get c4 in there, and then I'm just a little bit cautious of the knight move here and your queen coming down to mess some stuff up. The knight gets pushed away, and then I'm threatening a fork. I think this, in some sense, a lot of this becomes forced, and I think in most, maybe if not all cases, the structure is just it's just benefiting me. and I don't know if there's a way for black to turn the tables and get some advantage back. So it's kind of relating back to the decision of the bishop to play to g4 like this. I don't know, look into maybe a6. It's different. At the very least, it is different.